Hi, fifth graders. Today we are going to work on just a reminder about perimeter. And then I have a couple fraction things just for you to practice because this idea is still new. So it has nothing to do with perimeter, but I still want you guys to practice it today. Okay, so we are going to find perimeter today. Remember that perimeter is the distance around an object. The distance around an object. Okay, it is the outside, not the inside. Okay, real world. Let's say I wanted to. Sorry, I just had a brain fart. Let's say that I wanted to build a fence. Or maybe we're at Bodecker Park, and Bodecker Park is thinking about redoing their fencing around the park, and they want to know the distance around the park. In that case, they would use the perimeter. Or maybe I wanted to put a line. I'll just put a line around my room. And so I'm going to, or a piece of tape around my whole room. And I would add up the distances around the whole room to figure out what the perimeter is, okay? So we are going to do that, and we're going to practice that today. Some of them already have all of their sides, like this one. This is a different kind of shape, but it already has given you all the measures, versus this one. But we know, since this is a rectangle, that these two sides are the same and these two sides are the same. Okay, so when you find your perimeter, you are adding up your distance around an object. On number 4, it's asking you to go backwards. It says the perimeter, it gives you what the perimeter is. And it says that it's a square. So think about what you know about squares and how to find that side, the length of the side. All right, this one you're finding the missing side, but they've given you the perimeter. So you're going to add and subtract. On number 6, you're going to draw a triangle as best as you can. If you do not have a ruler, I want you to make sure that you draw a triangle that, since the perimeter is 45, each side is going to be the same. It is going to be an equilateral triangle. So make sure you draw an equilateral triangle. All right? So go ahead and find that. There are 8 problems for you today to deal with perimeter. Then I'm going to have you guys practice some of your fractions. You're going to create equivalent fractions, and then you're going to reduce some fractions. There are only a few of them, so no crazy business today. All right, so the first thing I want you to do, we're going to write equivalent fractions. Okay, equivalent fractions that have different denominators. So let's pretend I'll do 1/4 with you, and then you're going to do the other 3. All right, so we're going to create 3 equivalent fractions for each fraction. So we're going to create the fraction 1/4, but with different denominators. So I'm thinking of multiples of 4. Okay, I know that 8 is a multiple of 4. I know that 12 is a multiple of 4, and I know that 16 is a multiple of 4. All right, so I'm gonna create 3 fractions. How many 8s is the same as 1/4? Well, think about it. 4 times 2 is 8, so 1 times 2 is 2. 4 times 3 is 12, so 1 times 3 is 3. 4 times 16 is 4. Sorry, 4 times 4 is 16. I hope I didn't just say that backwards all those times. 4 times 4 is 16, so 1 times 4 is 4. Okay, these are 3 equivalent fractions for 1/4. You're going to do the same thing for those 3 fractions. This one, you can reduce first, and that will be your first equivalent fraction. Same with this one. You could reduce that fraction first, and that could be a first equivalent fraction. Give it a try. The last thing you're going to do to practice is you're going to find the greatest common factor, or you're going to simplify these. You're going to simplify these fractions. Remember that you need to find the greatest common factor. All right, so 3 and 3/9, you probably already can think off the top of your head, what am I going to reduce by if I have 3 and 9? And you should already know you're going to divide by 3, right? So you can do that one very easily. Let's say I have the fraction, though, 15/40ths. And so I'm going to find the factors of them so that I can reduce. Okay, so the factors of 15, remember your rainbows. 1 times 15, 2, no, 3, yes, 3 times 5. Okay, there's my factors. And then 40, 1 times 40, 2 times 20, 3, no. 4, yes, 4 times 10, 5, yep, 5 times 8, 6, and 7. Okay, so the greatest common factor right here, number 5. So I'm going to divide by 5. 3/8. Okay, so if you know the factor to reduce by, that's great. If not, I should see your work to find your greatest common factor. Okay, so we're practicing today. Have fun. Call me or text me if you get stuck.